Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yoga. Glad to see you all here. Today we are going to do a nice gentle flow, uh, similar to what we've done in the past. And just a couple of reminders if you need blocks or have blocks, they're always handy to have. And go at your own pace. Don't feel like you have to do anything. I'm just a guide here. Uh, so listen to your body and what it's telling you. And if you need to move in and out of a pose or just not do the pose at all, that is perfectly fine. It's more important that you're paying attention to your body and you're using your breath to ease any sort of discomfort. But as always, if you feel any pain, please move out of the pose and do something more gentle. Child's pose is always a really great option. Yeah, and today we're just going to do a nice gentle flow. We're going to work our whole body, and yeah, we'll just go ahead and get started. So just join me on your mat. Find a nice comfortable seated position. Take a nice big deep breath in and a full breath out. Another deep breath in and a full breath out. One more, and this time as you breathe in, really fill up your whole body with air. And as you breathe out, see if you can let go of any stress or tension you might be holding on to. Deep breath in, really fill up. And then as you exhale, really release. Allow any tension to flow right out with your breath. Go ahead and close the eyes down or focus them down towards the ground in a nice easy pace for your breath. Something that feels gentle and comfortable and not forced. Allow your breath to flow in and out just as your body needs. Go ahead and take a mindful moment here. And just begin to notice with your eyes closed or focused downward how your body feels today. Just take stock of any areas in your body. You might feel tense or tender. Any areas that might feel tight or stuck. See if you can bring your breath to those areas and just begin to gently open them using your breath, allowing your breath to provide space in those areas. And then beginning to notice your emotions. What emotions or feelings are flowing through you right now? And again, see if you can bring your breath to where you feel those emotions in your body. See if you can use your breath to soften those areas just a little bit. And then bringing your attention to your mind space, that point just behind your eyes, noticing your mind space, notice your thoughts, notice if your mind feels full or empty. See if you can allow your thoughts to just be just as they are. Allow them to just flow in and out, or allow your mind to just be empty and feel the emptiness. Nice big deep breath in. Raise your arms above your head. And as you breathe out, float your arms down to your sides, opening your eyes, coming back to the screen. Let's go ahead and get started with our warm up. And we're going to begin with our shoulders. So we're going to start with some shoulder rolls. You're going to shrug your shoulders up and roll them back. Shrug your shoulders up and roll them back. And just continue at your own pace, feeling into your shoulders and noticing how your shoulders are feeling today, bringing that body awareness to the forefront. Just really listening and paying attention to what your body needs today. And then reversing directions, breathing in, shrugging up and rolling your shoulders forward. And then one last one. And then letting your shoulders settle down to a neutral position. You're going to take your left hand and bring it to the outside of your right leg. Bring your right hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall. And on your next out breath, gently twist over to the right. Pause here for a moment. Notice your body. See if you can bring space to any areas that feel tense or tight. See if you can open them with your breath. Notice if there's anywhere you can deepen in this pose. If not, that's okay. Just bring that awareness. And then return back to center, switching sides. Your right hand comes to the outside of your left leg. Your left hand comes behind you, nice and tall. With your next out breath, twisting over to the left. And noticing the goal of these warm-ups is to just bring our attention to our body before we really start to deepen our practice. Just notice how our body showed up today on our mat, and how we can then proceed through our practice. Every day is different. So deepen where you can, use your breath. And then come back to center. You're going to place your right hand down beneath, or your right hand down next to you. And you're going to take your left arm, keep both hips on the ground, and you're going to reach your left arm straight over. So you're pulling those left fingers towards the opposite wall. Release your right shoulder down. So you're not holding tension in that. You're really feeling the stretch down the left side of your body. Trying to bring some space and openness to this left side of our body. I like to say from hip to fingertip, if we can really activate and wake up that left side of our body. And then return your left hand down, plant it next to you, switch sides, lift your right arm up and over, really stretch those right fingertips towards that opposite wall. Release your left shoulder down to the mat. You're not holding tension in that left shoulder, just really opening as much as you can through that right side body, from hip to fingertip. Really feel that side body waking up. And then bringing that right hand back down next to you. We're going to come into a tabletop position. So we're basically making a table shape with our body. Your knees are under your hips and your wrists are under your shoulders. You find a nice, comfortable position here in your tabletop. And then we're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow. So as we begin cat-cow, you're going to take a deep breath in. You're going to dip your belly button down towards the ground and you're going to look up. And then as you breathe out, you're going to roll your spine up towards the ceiling and you're going to look back at your legs, releasing your neck. And then breathing in, you're going to dip your belly and look up. And breathing out, you're going to curl your spine up to the ceiling and look back. And just go at your own pace, breathing in as you look up and breathing out as you roll your spine up towards the ceiling. We're really waking up the spine, waking up the shoulders, the arms, the hips. Kind of letting them know that something is about to happen. And we need to be ready for our practice. We're just kind of gently getting into our body to start. Let's do a couple more full rounds. One more. And then come back to your neutral tabletop position. You're going to take your left leg and you're going to bring your left foot to the inside of your left hand. And you're going to pause here for a moment and just find your center of gravity. So adjust your legs so you feel pretty stable here. And then as you breathe in, you're going to lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Really stretch the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Really reach through your fingertips. Nice deep breaths here, allowing your breath to flow into any area that feels tense or tight. And then you're going to sweep your hands down and clasp your hands behind your back. You're going to reach gently down towards the ground, opening up your chest space. And you can stay here or you can look up and gently arch your back a bit. That feels good for where you want to be right now. Or you can just leave your arms clasped or your hands clasped, opening your shoulders, opening that heart space. Feel free to find some movement in these poses, something your body is calling for a certain movement. Go ahead and try it out. You don't have to hold them static. You can allow your body to move and feel. You can give your body what it wants or needs. You can release your hands. Bring your hands down to the mat and gently pull back with that left hip. So you're going to kind of straighten out that left leg. You can walk your left heel forward too, if that helps, and lift your toes up off the ground if that feels available to you, and really pull back your left hip, opening up that left leg, kind of doing a bit of a reverse of what we just did. Allowing that left leg to release, using your breath. And then bending that left knee, you're gonna bring that left leg back to meet the right, back in your tabletop position. And then you're gonna switch sides. So your right foot is gonna come to the inside of that right hand. And you're gonna take a moment just to feel that center of gravity and feel stable here in this runner's lunge. And then as you breathe in, you're going to lift your arms up to the sky, just like we did on the other side. And again, really lifting from the crown of your head, reaching through your fingertips, bringing your shoulders down towards the ground, directing your breath wherever it needs to go, in a place of tension, tightness. And you can sweep your arms down and clasp your hands behind your back. And again, just finding what your body needs on this side. Finding that movement or that static pose, whatever your body needs. Just allow it to go there. Each side could be different. And again, using your breath to release, allow. Releasing your hands, bring them down to the mat, walking that right foot forward a little bit if you need to, lifting your toes up off the ground and pulling that right hip back towards the back of the room, opening up this right leg, directing your breath. Using your breath to go deeper if you can. And then bending your right leg, bringing your hands forward, returning that right leg back to meet the left. you're going to walk your hands forward towards the top of your mat. Curl your toes under and push yourself up into your first downward facing dog. So now here in our downward facing dog, let's check in. Notice your body. Notice where you might be still feeling tense or tight. You're going to, the movement of this pose comes from your hips. So really what you're going to do is pull back and up with your hips. Your knees can stay bent or they can be straight. Your heels can be off the ground or on the ground. But you really want most of the movement to come from your hips, pulling up and back, and that's going to release any pressure off of your wrist. It's also going to open up your shoulders and your chest. Release the crown of your head towards the mat. Nice deep breaths. And looking up towards your hands, you're going to step or walk, hop your feet in between your hands, and we're going to meet here in a forward fold. Now, if you'd like to use your blocks for your forward fold, that is always available to you. Sometimes we can deepen our forward fold if we use the blocks. But I always recommend, blocks or no blocks, that to get into your forward fold, you're going to bend your knees first. Bend them pretty liberally. Release the crown of your head towards the mat. And then slowly begin to lift your bottom towards the sky. And this is how you can come into your forward fold a little bit deeper. Again, you're just letting the crown of your head hang. You're letting your hands rest on the blocks or the mat. All the activity is coming from your legs. And taking a nice big deep breath in, you raise your arms up to the sky. Really reach high. You can come up onto your tippy toes if that's available to you, or keep your heels on the ground, whatever feels right for you right now. Nice full body stretch. Nice big deep breath in. And as you breathe out, release your hands down to heart center. Release your heels down to the mat. Notice how it feels now that we are standing in a standing position. We're going to do a few rounds of sun salutations. So just follow along. Each movement gets a breath. And so just follow along as best as you can. And again, listen to your body. If you need something different, do something different. And I don't guide chaturanga. So if chaturanga is in your practice, feel free to add it into our sun salutations. Otherwise, just do what your body needs. So stepping to the top of your mat, take a nice big deep breath in, raise your arms up. As you breathe out, fold forward. Breathing in, step your both feet back. I messed that one up, but we'll fix it. Into a downward facing dog. Pause here, nice big deep breath. As you breathe out, come forward into your plank pose. Nice big breath here, in. And as you breathe out, your knees, chest, chin come down to the mat. Breathe in, your shoulders come up for cobra, just as far as you can. Curl your toes under, push your bottom up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe in, step both feet forward. Breathe out in forward fold. Breathe in, raise your arms to the sky. And breathe out, hands to heart center. Okay, So I messed that one up, but that was just practice. This will be the real one. Getting our bodies ready. Okay. Yoga is not a perfect practice. Here we go. Breathe in, raise your arms up. Breathe out, fold forward. Breathe in, step your right foot back. Breathe out, step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out, plank pose. Breathe in. Breathe out, knees, chest, chin down to the mat. Breathe in, shoulders up, cobra. Breathe out, down dog. Breathe in, left foot forward. Breathe out, right foot forward. Forward fold. Breathe in, rise up. And mountain pose. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, fold forward. Breathe in, left foot back. Breathe out, right foot back, down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out, plank pose. Breathe in. Breathe out, knees, chest, chin, come down to the mat. Breathe in, shoulders up. Breathe out, down dog. Breathe in, right foot forward. Breathe out, left foot forward. Breathe in, rise up. And mountain pose. One more time. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, fold forward. Breathe in, right foot back. Breathe out, left foot back, down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out, plank pose. Breathe in. Breathe out, knees, chest, chin, down to the mat. Breathe in, shoulders up. Breathe out, down dog. Breathe in, left foot forward. Breathe out, right foot forward. Breathe in, rise up. And mountain pose. Last time, other side. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, fold forward. Breathe in, left foot back. Breathe out, right foot back. Down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out, plank pose. Breathe in. Breathe out, knees, chest, chin down to the mat. Breathe in, shoulders up. Breathe out, down dog. Breathe in, right foot forward. Breathe out, left foot forward. Breathe in, rise up. And mountain pose. Nice job. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do a few standing poses. So again, like a broken record, but go at your own pace. Do what feels right. Okay, so from the top of your mat, you're going to step your right foot back about 3/4 of the way. You're going to move into Warrior One or Virabhadrasana 1. Your hips are facing forward. Your front knee is bent. Your back leg is straight. So you don't want to step so far back that your heel is off the ground. You want to make sure your back heel is on the ground and your back leg is straight. And your back foot is at a 45-degree angle up towards that top corner of your mat. So make your way into your Warrior One. When you have your legs set, you can breathe in and raise your arms up to the sky. Bring your shoulder blades down towards the ground as you reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Use your breath to release or to deepen. And again, find some movement here. What does your body need? Release your hands to your hips. Straighten your front leg or your front knee. You're going to pull back with that left hip as you lean forward like you're reaching your nose to that opposite wall. Your back is straight as you come down into your humble warrior. You can pause at any place during this descent. You can come all the way down, releasing the crown of your head towards the mat. You can release your hands to the mat if that feels, or to your block. Use your breath. Your breath is your best friend, it's your best tool. The only thing you wake up with every morning and go to sleep with every night. And it's there for a reason. All right, bend that left knee. You have your blocks, that's fine. You can just step your right foot back and kind of bring it a little bit parallel to that back edge of the mat. And then walk your left foot towards the center of the mat. And we're going to prepare here for warrior two. So if you look at your feet here, they make this elongated T. And then you're going to rise up with your upper body. Bring your arms out to the side, shoulders down. And now you see your hips are facing towards the long edge of the mat. Crown of the head comes up towards the ceiling. And find your depth in this pose. Find your strength and your depth. Just tune in to how this feels in your body. Stretch your left hand out over your left toes. Bring your left arm down on top of that left knee and then sweep your right arm across your body. Reach those right fingertips towards that opposite wall. Extended side angle here. And again, make sure that left shoulder is relaxed and released. We can tend to get a little shruggy with that left shoulder. And make sure you noticing any tension in your neck and adjust your gaze. You really should be feeling activation in your right side body. And then bringing yourself back up through your warrior two. You're going to sweep your arms down towards that left foot. Walk that left foot back towards your left hand and then pivot your right foot so both feet are facing the same direction. Drop that back knee down and then rise up again into this modified crescent lunge. And then take your right hand and place it to the outside of your left knee and bring your left arm back straight behind you for a bit of a twist. Maybe even noticing if your body feels different in this twist than it did in that first twist we did. If not, that's okay. It's just fun to notice sometimes in the midpoint of our practice how our body has shifted. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Bring that left leg back to meet the right. Walk your hands towards the top of the mat. Push your bottom up and back, downward facing dog here. Really pull up and back with your hips. And then walk both feet forward. Nice deep breath in. Hands up to the sky. And as you breathe out, hands to heart center. We're gonna switch sides. I'm gonna switch sides on my mat because then my back won't be to you. but you can stay where you're at. So from the top of your mat, you're going to step your left foot back about 3/4 of the way this time for our warrior one. So find your feet. So if you're looking down, your feet are kind of on railroad tracks. They're like parallel to each other on parallel lines. But remember that back foot is pointed up kind of at a 45-degree angle to the top edge of your mat. And your back leg is straight with your heel down and your front leg is bent. And once you have your feet set, you can breathe in and raise your arms up to the sky. Relax your shoulders or pull your shoulders down towards the floor. Reach your fingertips to the sky. Find your strength. And sweep your hands down to your hips. Straighten that right leg. Pull back with your right hip and lead with your nose like you're pulling your nose towards that front wall. So you get to a place where you feel like you can surrender and keep pulling back with that right hip, opening and releasing. Use your blocks if you need to, or keep your hands on your hips. Lots of options. And bending that right knee gently. Pivoting your left foot so it's sort of parallel, that back edge of the mat. And then walking your right foot towards the center. So again, you are making that elongated T with your feet and then rising up into your warrior two here. Arms out to the side, gaze out over your right hand. Shoulder blades down, crown of the head, up towards the sky. Pause here, just feeling that energy move through your body. You know, energy is moving through your body if you feel shaky or a bit of a burning sensation, tingling, energy that's usually stuck, moving hopefully out, or at least relocating to a better place. Stretch your right hand out over those right toes. Sweep your left, place it down on top of that right leg. Sweep your left arm across your body, and again, reach those left fingertips towards that opposite wall. And again, you don't have to just hold perfectly still. Kind of use your breath and your movement just to kind of feel what your body might like in this position today. The body always likes when you ask it for its advice or when you check in with it. I really appreciate that. All right, sweep that right arm or that left arm back up through your warrior two. And windmill those arms down towards that right foot. Pivot that left foot so that both feet are facing the same direction. Widen that right foot towards that right hand. And then drop your left knee down. Get that stable center of gravity, your legs. And then as you breathe in, raise your arms up to the sky. Pause just for a moment. And then bring that left hand to the outside of your right leg and open that right arm straight back behind you, twisting the opposite side. And then coming back to center. Place your hands back down on the mat. Step that right foot back to meet the left, or that right leg back to meet the left. Curl your toes under, push up into your final downward facing dog. Nice deep breath here. Then come forward a little bit, drop your knees, both knees down onto the mat. Bring your big toes together. Open your knees towards the edges of your mat and gently begin to push your bottom back towards your heels, bringing your forehead to the mat. Releasing your belly towards the ground. Reaching your fingertips up towards that top edge of your mat. And just settle here into your child's pose. Allow your body to just reset. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. Lifting your head up off the mat, coming forward. Walk your hands back just a little bit. Keep your legs where they're at. Take your right hand and gently weave it underneath your left armpit, bringing the side of your head down to the mat. And then reaching your left hand towards the top of your mat. And then noticing your hips. See if you can bring your hips back over, if they're hovering over your knees. And adjust where you need to. Something about yoga is as you get deeper into a pose, you might need to adjust here and there. So don't be afraid to move in and out or move a part of your body just to adjust for the depth of the pose, because that's the goal. We want to get deeper. All right, bring that left hand back towards you. Release your right hand. And then we're going to switch sides. So leave your left arm underneath your right armpit. Stretch your right hand forward and then check your hips and see if you can bring them back over to hover above your knees. And bring your right hand back. Release your left arm. I'm going to bring your knees together. Come down onto your bottom. Position yourself, center yourself on your mat. Your feet flat and your knees bent. Bring your hands to the front of your knees and just slowly begin to roll back onto your spine. Do a little bit of ab work here in our bridge pose. So you bring your hands down along your arms down along your side. You're going to walk your heels towards your hands, and your hands towards your heels. They don't need to touch, but you kind of want to tuck your shoulder blades under and get a little bit more compact. And then as you breathe in, you're going to lift your hips up off the ground into your bridge pose. And pause here. If you want a little bit more shoulder opening, you can clasp your hands underneath your hips and tuck your shoulder blades a little bit deeper. I want you to bring your belly button towards your spine, tightening your ab muscles. And then you're just very slowly going to lift one heel off the ground and then place it back down. Just your heel, not your whole foot. And you're going to switch sides. And just very slowly alternate lifting one and then the other. Keep your belly button pushed or pulled towards your spine. Keep your bottom lifted off the ground. It's an amazing movement for basically the rib cage down to the knees, front and back, as well as the pelvic floor. So you really keep your belly button stuck to your spine. The pelvic floor will engage. Just keep doing this. Lifting one heel and then placing it down, going just the right speed for you. I begin to feel some shaking or some burning, and that is good. I always say, if you feel shaking and burning your body wants more, I don't think that's true, but it's a nice little mental thing. Maybe it's true. Yeah. But if you tell yourself that, then maybe you'll believe it. Just a few more. Your butt, your pelvic floor, and your core will thank you. One more each side. And then release your arms, release your hips to the ground. Bring your knees into your chest and just rock back and forth gently. You can grab your big toes if you'd like and come into a happy baby. Whatever feels right for you. Release your feet down. Make sure you're centered on your mat. Stretch your left leg out in front of you. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Maybe even hug it out towards your armpit a little bit. Nice deep breaths here. And when you're ready, gently ease your right knee across your left hip, keeping your right shoulder blade on the ground. So that right knee might not touch on the other side, and that's okay. You really just want to get this twist, a nice deep twist through your core. It should feel really nice. If it doesn't, do some subtle adjustments until it does. Maybe even moving, readjusting your bottom hip closer, further away, whatever works for you. And release that right leg. Readjust your hips, realign them so your back's centered on the mat. Stretch your right leg straight out in front of you. Hug your left knee in, even pulling it out towards that left armpit. And then when you're ready, gently guiding that left knee across your right hip, keeping your left shoulder blade on the ground, sinking into this twist on this side. And then bring your left knee back up. Realign your hips. So again, you're centered on your mat. We're going to go ahead and begin our Shavasana. So you have a couple options for Shavasana. If you have any low back issues, you might want to just keep your feet on the floor and your knees bent. That's the best Shavasana position for people with low back issues. If you want a little bit more hip opening, you can bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall out to the side. This is also a great place for your blocks. You can place your blocks underneath your knees if that feels more supported. Or you can stretch your legs straight out in front of you for traditional Shavasana. You're going to go ahead and find the Shavasana that works for you today. Your arms are going to be down at your sides. Palms down if you want more grounding energy, and palms up if you want more invigorating or up regulating energy. And taking a nice big deep breath in. And as you breathe out, shutting down your eyes, blocking out any sensory stimulation. Nice big deep breath in. And as you breathe out, turning your attention inward. Another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, sinking deeper into the floor. Continue with your breathing in and out. Each out breath, just sink just a little bit deeper. Use your breath to bring yourself into a fully relaxed state. No need to worry about anything for the next few moments. Nothing to be done.
Just take these few moments for yourself. Allow your body full relaxation. We'll be here silently for the next few moments. I'll let you know when the time is up. If you're not ready to come out of Shavasana, you can go ahead and stay right where you are. And if you are ready to come out of Shavasana, I'll go ahead and encourage you to bring some movement back into your body. Maybe starting with your hands or your feet. You're shaking your head no. Tapping or moving your knees. Releasing your arms and stretching them above your head. Whatever feels right for you as we move out of this pose. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, roll over onto one side and pause for a moment. Allow that blood to flow back through your heart and your brain in a gentle way before sitting up. Give yourself all the time you need. And then when you're ready, push yourself up to seated, and we'll go ahead and end our practice for today. I always end my practices with, or my classes with namaste, and namaste really is just a greeting, and it means, the literal term is the light in me sees and recognizes and honors the light in all of you. So you can join me in saying namaste or not, but just to let you know that that is what namaste means. And I'm very grateful for all of you for joining me and taking care of yourselves. And I hope to see you soon. Namaste. Thank you all. See you soon.